Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. My name is Mr. Dogboat333, and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4 Kaiserredux as the Republic of Czechoslovakia. Now, in the last video, well, we beat the snot out of the Austrians. In fact, in the 1100s, dozens of German nobles and aristocrats drowned when they fell into a pit of liquid excrement. I think it's still within the first 30 seconds of video, so I can't finish that, but that is a fun fact. The Erfurt latrine disaster. Amazing. I love it. The ZK333, produced by the HoI brothers, who work for Zaporozhye Brno, was finally entered production and service to the Czechoslovak armory. It weighs 4.83 kilograms, the length is 875 millimeters, and the barrel makes up 325 of those 875 millimeters. Its effective firing range, like most SMGs, is rather low, only a mere 250 meters. The firing rate has been lowered from the initial design down to 500 to 600 RPM in order to stabilize recoil from firing. The regular submachine gun is also supports a bipod, but in other models, the ZK383, this bipod has been replaced with a resting bar and grip to stabilize the fire rate. It fires 9x19 mm parabellum rounds, with the magazine supporting 30-round magazines attached to the side. The submachine gun utilizes blowback to eject spent casings. Older versions of the ZK383 found service in armies all around the Balkans, notably Bulgaria. Is this our only gun manufacturer? It might be. It's a really real gun, by the way. It's real cool. It sounds really cool. I'll get working on expanding some steelworks. Western Ukraine has capitulated. I wish to restore relations with Ruthenians first. Yeah, that's fair. Just a cross between the PPSH and a Sten gun, but unlike the Sten, it's actually good. Nice. Oh, we don't exactly have room for land doctrine. We'll do battlefield support. Get that going. Our conquest of southern Slovakia has not been taken lightly by the Magyars. The ragtag nationalists and terrorists strike at the redrawn border of our new land, raging against administration in the name of a defeated foe. The demonstrators are few and far between, and they should take a little time to clean up, but we should keep an eye on these groups all the same. You never know when the Magyar will rise to stab you in the back. Well, they'll fall in line. In fact, the Sten gun was common for British soldiers in World War II to use it as a grenade. Not a fire grenade that uses an actual grenade. Hey, you gotta, you gotta do what you gotta do. Oh, the Cape to Cairo Rail. Impressive. Very nice. Let's see Paul Allen's Cape to Cairo Rail. So I can change the flag of Czechoslovakia if I want, but I like this flag. I do like this flag. I have a miniature Austria done. Oh, okay. Well, here I was thinking that we could just rush down this then. That makes a lot more sense there. I guess it doesn't necessarily matter too much, but... Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have to do the within 6 focuses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, freedom of the President Liberator. Edward Benesch, the beloved President Liberator, has set our nation free. Now, this great and democratically mandated leader will set our nation on a path that will transform the country into a bastion of liberty, freedom, and fair democracy for all of Europe to behold. Huh. Yeah, World War II is such a crazy time, to say the least. That almost goes without saying, I think. Whew. The words of the revolution at home have reached the frostbitten ears of the veteran legionnaires in Transamore, sensing the light and freedom rekindling after its snuffing it by Vienna in 1921. Many legionnaires have boarded trains, boats, whatever, west, home, where the Czechs may yet be able to raise their own banner over the proud castle, where the knights of Blanik shall finally burst from the mountain, all to bring the shining light of Bohemia forth to the enemy. Overrun them they shall. Vltava shall flow with glee as Edvard Benesch announces the long-coming victory and the establishment of government not subservient to plotting Germans. The legionnaires arrive home in droves, toothed with experience and armed with rifles. From the hills of Moravia to the Carpathian Mountains, we shall fight with an invincible flame. Welcome home, brothers, to arms. Oh, God damn it. For our newfound independence, we have been met with many questions. Chief among these is the question of what to do with our significant minorities, specifically the Germans and Jews. Some have argued that we should keep our current system of privileges to these minorities in favor of social harmony. Being the largest minorities of the nation, and with the Germans in particular being rather riotous, if we rescind their privileges would only cause chaos. We instead argue that the Jews and Germans have enjoyed it, and somehow, however, have argued the complete opposite. They instead argue that Jews and Germans have enjoyed and squeezed their favored status for too long. Our new nation was founded by Czechs and is for Czechs, and that our policy should reflect that. No change. I'm also not going to make that joke. It's too obvious. Can you make nukes in this game? You can. You very much can. You gotta wait till like 1944, though. Which I guess checks out. Fuck me, that was a pun. I didn't even mean for that to be a pun. It just keeps happening. Okay, we're working on the new generation of rifles. I think we'll do that. We have time to. The fall of the Rashidi Emirate. Oh, really? Interesting. The freedoms of the President Liberator. Ooh, Karakrina, thank you for the follow, my friend. How are you? That's right. I don't know if that's even Kaiserredux. I think that's just base Kaiserreich. That would make sense, because I don't think Kaiserredux really has done anything with the Arabian Peninsula. Let's do old Western inspirations. The failure put forth by Britain and France, while now seen as a failure, was only thwarted by war-exhausted population. Let's look at what the successes it did have and implement them here, where the people yearn for representation. Alright, looking for people to do fun MP. Yourself and the rest. I'm tempted, but I have to do a lot of recording for offline stuff. So I do not know if I'll be much use. I thank you for the offer, though. Oop, Ottomans versus Egypt. We'll do Ludwig Svoboda. The sick man may now die. Trying to get Mr. Stalin as Georgia, but I can't seem to do it. If it's Kaiserreich, I don't know what to tell you. Kaiserredux, I think, should have a guide to help you get that. This war is such an ugly conflict. Normally kills the most people just by this. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all, honestly. Like, something that I did learn, I guess not learn, but relearn kind of recently, is that World War I, casualty-wise, the Ottomans lost, I don't know if it was most population, but a good fucking chunk of it. Did follow the guide, but even then nothing happens. Well, Kaiserredux is not exactly known for its stability, so it's possible that you did everything right, but an update just fucked everything up, honestly. I don't know. I do not know what to tell you. I'd check the Reddit. The subreddit might have some answers or tips for you there. They might also tell you go fuck yourself. I don't know. I'm a lurker. I don't really go on subreddits often. Okay, so deployment lines. I think I'm good with my 2 full armies for now. Great Syrian Revolt. Fairness, most of that loss was self-inflicted. Well, sure. But just like, even like that, the whole totality of it. And I don't know if that was just total casualties or military casualties where I read that. But because if it was total casualties, then yeah. The Ottomans. Oh, fuck me. Chaos has struck the nation, for after worsening atmosphere-backing tensions, peace negotiations and preemptive reforms have failed. A region-wide example of revolutionary fervor, German Bohemians from across the ideological spectrum have risen up from across the hinterlands of a nation, rioting and revolting for their rights of self-determination and seeking aid from both Vienna and Berlin. Being dubbed the Austric Revolution, for the initial spark for this action was caused by noted German Bohemian nationalist Ludwig Nossig. These widespread riots have now put entire nation in danger. With violence and chaos being spread throughout our lands, police and army forces have been deployed throughout the nation as we prepare for our response. Dirty German traitors. Okay, we'll do something like that. Get everyone in. Shalom, Tom from Croatia. How are you, my friend? I like Jägermeister. I'm glad you like Jägermeister. I think I might be able to tell that you like Jägermeister, Tom. Famous Art Nouveau painter and illustrious illustrator Alphonse Mucha has passed away in Prague at the age of 78 after a bout of pneumonia. Born in Moravia in 1860, he first achieved artistic success in Paris in the 1890s, where he would draw posters and pictures from a Parisian actress and even have his words displayed during the 1900 Paris Universal Exhibition. In the 1920s, Mucha moved back home and began to work on probably his greatest work, a series of 20 canvases detailing the history of the Slavic people called the Slav Epic over next decade and a half, which debuted to uproarious praise and applause. Much of the work now hangs in the Prague Art Museum. Unfortunately, during the Second Bohemian Crisis, he caught pneumonia, and despite a heroic effort of the best doctors in the country, he finally passed. He shall be honored as a great man, and his greatest works have been given a new place of prominence for art to see. Nepgardus and true patriot. Well, actually, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was. Commonwealth of Independent Nations. Oh, fuck me. That's a lot worse than I realized it was gonna be. Okay, load the autosave. We gotta... Evidently, we gotta redo that. Can you promise me? Maybe. I don't know. I can't do it now because I gotta get this recorded. Do half of half. We'll do half of half here. Oh, fuck. Okay, I know what I'm doing now. Rudolf Weist. No, it got... There we go. That's what I mean to do. Infantry expert. Also give you infantry expert as well. Why aren't you awake yet? Well, it's not 6 a.m. my time. It's 9 a.m. my time, actually. Non-aggression pact my ass. Top of Croatia, thank you for the follow. It's almost... Yeah, it's almost midnight. That checks out for you, Asian. Because I knew you were East Coast. Galicia being in this is annoying. Should we get all those guys in on this? Worlds. That checks out. Got old Western inspirations. Next, let's get working on one ballot to one citizen. Lack of representation of all peoples within the nation in the past has been a gross oversight. This egregious lapse in personal freedoms is what led to a pained relationship between the ruling class and the ruled throughout our storied history. Here in our new and fair republic, we should not repeat such foolish mistakes in the past, for the innate human rights of democratic suffrage shall be granted to all citizens regardless of race or gender. All true citizens of our nation shall finally have their voice heard. I knew about that part. Today, a series of speeches by Slovak nationalists, most of the members of the Slovak People's Party, spoke out against CSSD and their syndicalist influences. They denounced the party's traitors and infiltrators on the payrolls of Paris and London. Many of the Social Democrat supporters have been quick to point out that their party's opposition to British or French styles of revolutionary syndicalism has done nothing to simmer the fiery rhetoric coming from the speeches. The speeches themselves have been determined to be mostly harmless, however, as those who attended didn't have much of love for syndicalism anyway, and certainly weren't going to vote for Social Democrats. Interesting. Stretch. Okay, thank you for answering that for me. So let's join the Reichspakt. Very nice. Today, all of Czechia should have been celebrating as another hallmark of modernity has made its way to our fair nation. At a movie theater at Prague, we've shown the first talkie in Czech history. This moment of triumph, however, was almost immediately soured when the movie was revealed to be Der Unzerbrechliche Lump, a German film spoken in German. While the Germans in the crowd gladly stayed for the entire film, the majority of Czechs, egged on by National Democrats, Yatka supporters, and other nationalists of many kinds, flooded out of the theater and into the streets to burn the film. The police quickly dispersed them, but soon after, 200 of them converged on another cinema, shouting national slogans like, "Away with German movies! Glory to the Slavic Prague! Shame on Jews! And long live Srebrny!" And even sung Hey Slovani for a while before they moved on. The crowd attempted to do the same thing as they did outside the cinema outside before some Austrian businesses in the German embassy. However, they got confused and ended up shouting obscenities at the rear of a bottom bakery. Get down on the showings. Understandable reaction to hearing Deutsche. Yeah. Croatian. I figured Tom from Croatia. I had a feeling he might be from Croatia. Anyway. I'm going to leave it there for now, my friends, but thank you guys for watching. Like, dislike, but didn't leave any comments, feedback down in the comment section below. I read all the comments again. Appreciate any feedback you might have for me. As always, check out the links down in the description box below at the sub button for updates or uploads weekdays as well as occasionally Saturdays, and yeah. That's it for now, my friends. I thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.